and a very warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Hishain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. BOI signs deal to set up LNG plant in Hambantota port. Subject expert calls the government to uplift public transportation before tapping into extraordinary projects. News in detail. President Rajapaksa stresses that farmers in the country should be encouraged to meet local demand of potatoes without importing. Moreover, speaking at a discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday on the future plans of the several state ministries, President also noted that the time has come to increase the yields of agriculture, utilizing innovative methods in order to build a strong local economy.
Thus, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa emphasized the importance of uplifting the local agricultural economy by monitoring the economies of other countries that are collapsing due to COVID-19 pandemic. President Rajapaksa has said that challenging targets should be achieved in the next 2 years, focusing on all areas of seed and plant production, fertilizer use, agro-innovative research, storage and transportation. Moreover, it was highlighted that the annual potato harvest in the country is 80,000 tons, while consumer demand is 250,000 tons. Thereby, the President emphasized that farmers should be encouraged to meet local demand without importing potatoes. On the other hand, Chief of the Presidential Task Force on Economic Revitalization, Basil Rajapaksa, said that under high technology, hybrid seeds and seedlings could be distributed to farmers to achieve the target, and the import of potatoes could be curtailed by encouraging the consumption of other substitute potatoes. Moving on, it was noted that no recruitment has been made to the Department of Agriculture for 8 years, and the President instructed the officials to fill the vacancies and formulate a formal program for the promotion of the sector.
With the aim of trading liquefied natural gas in the region, utilizing the strategic location of Hambantota, the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka has signed an agreement to set up an LNG plant at the port of Hambantota.
Accordingly, the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka signed the agreement with Pearl Energy Private Limited to launch Hambantota LNG Hub, a floating storage LNG trading facility at the port of Hambantota. The total investment of the project is $97.2 million and the LNG hub will become a landmark infrastructure development for the region, paving the way to broader access to natural gas as a primary fuel in South Asia. Representing the BOI, the agreement was signed by its chairman, Susantha Ratnayaka, with the director of Pearl Energy. Commencing commercial operations within 6 months, Pearl Energy will utilize a floating storage unit with an initial capacity of 1 million tons per annum. The company will deploy small LNG carriers to be distribute LNG to South India and the Maldives, providing LNG as a clean and affordable alternative to the industries in these locations. Commenting on the project, Director of Pearl Energy, Sanya Sirgut, added that Sri Lanka is extremely well equipped to meet the change in dynamics in the global LNG market and consolidate its position as a key player for the future, and added that she is confident that Sri Lanka will be encouraged to convert its power plants to LNG, thus saving millions of US dollars while also increasing the efficiency and producing more power to the national grid.
The Central Bank report shows that the land valuation indicator of Colombo district has reached 141.6 points during the first half of this year, recording an annual increase of 7.1%.
The Land Valuation Index, compiled on an annual basis and a semi-annual basis, covers all 13 divisional secretariat divisions in the Colombo district. Meanwhile, on semi-annual basis, the land valuation indicator marginally increased by 2%. All sub-indicators of the land valuation indicator, namely residential, commercial and industrial land valuation indicators, contributed to the overall increase. Industrial land valuation indicator recorded the highest annual increase of 7.2%, while both residential and commercial land valuation indicators recorded 7.1% increases. Meanwhile, Lanka Property Web says that the price of a perch in Colombo under residential category goes over 11 million rupees. The website also says in other areas in the western province except the Colombo city, one perch is priced at overall 1.45 million rupees.
Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Leading insurance provider Union Assurance unveils a Sisumaga Plus, which is a protection-based plan specially designed to ensure uninterrupted education for students from childhood to university. Sisumaga Plus is for parents who wish to make provision for their children's academic expenses for university or tertiary education, ensuring that the higher education costs are met even in the unfortunate circumstance of a possible demise of the parent.
Accordingly, Sisumaga Plus offers a fund build-up for continuous growth of the education fund and additional 15% loyalty benefit paid upon completion of all due premiums of the policy team, and in the event of a demise of a parent, an immediate payment of 5 times of the basic annual premium and a consistent monthly income to take care of education expenses up to the maturity of the policy. Moreover, Union Assurance Chief Executive Officer Jude Gomez states, given the drastic mismatch in availability of positions in local universities, the cost of higher education overseas, and even the cost of foreign affiliated colleges and private institutions locally have presented real challenges to parents seeking to fund their children's higher education. Acknowledging the many children who are lesser privileged for resources and for the continuity of their education, Union Assurance also pledged support for SOS Children's Villages in Noor Elia and Monoragala, and also announced the establishment of 5 scholarships for students of the Ceylon schools. Further, the event was graced by dignitaries including Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Professor Kabila Pereira, John Keel's Group Chairman Krishan Balendra, Lanka Impact Investing Network Limited founder and chairman Chandula Abe Vikrama, and celebrity entrepreneur Bhatia Jayakodi.
Senior lecturer and town planner Dr. Jagat Munasinghe calls on the government to prioritize in uplifting the standards of the public transportation in the country before venturing into other expensive projects. Dr. Jagat Munasinghe made these observations joining the Art Talk Walk discussion program on the urban design for better quality of life, which will be aired on our television at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Why not we invest on this public transport instead of these billions spent on these expressways? People using public transport depends on few things. First thing is that it has to be reliable. This I'm talking about the reliability in the sense, I mean, you should be able to plan your trip. I started this point at a particular time. It is not reliable because of this undue competition between this the public buses and the private buses, and they have a competition. They don't have kind of time tabling and things like that. That has to be regulated. Number 2 is the comfort.
Though transport networks, nowhere in the world are they run for profit, because what their job is to contribute to the economy.
Sri Lanka Tea Board states that the national tea production in the country in July has increased marginally in comparison to the production in the same month last year.
Accordingly, Sri Lanka Tea Board shows that the tea production in this year's July is more than 26 million kilograms in comparison to 25 million kilograms in July 2019. Thus, it shows an increase of 306,102 kilograms, which accounts to 1.18% increase against the corresponding month of 2019. Moreover, the production of the high-grown and medium-grown tea sectors have increased in the previous month in comparison to July 2019. But the production of low-grown tea sector has shown a marginal decrease compared to corresponding month in 2019. Subsequently, the cumulative tea production for the first 7 months show a decline of 15.39% against the last year.
Stay tuned for stock updates. back after the break. The trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The All Share Price Index dropped 22.58 points to close at 5,363.21, and the S&P SL20 dropped 19.31 points to close at 2,379.67. The turnover was 2 billion rupees and over 63 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Until then, take care and good night.